would that be a setting in which we could hope to do some different things? Again, some of you will know that the Atlas Institute has as part of its charter trying to be that setting, and to some extent it is trying to do that, but it's hard. I'm involved with that, and it's so easy to kind of fall back into the traditional ways of thinking about things. It's really hard to kind of break out of that, but maybe this new college provides an opportunity. So those of you that are interested in these kinds of issues, I'd love to hear from you, because there's some chance that we'll have some kind of an activity looking specifically at that opportunity. Yeah, Garrett.
So I think a lot of discussion still centered around this idea that what learning is learning about something, content, interesting content. I always found the distinction that there is learning about and learning to be. If I want to be a good skier, being in Boulder is not a bad place. If I want to be a good server, I'm probably better off in San Diego. If I want to be a researcher, a scientist, an intellectual, I want to hang out with researchers and scientists and so on. And so again, like your model, emphasizes, here we deliver content and then we add to this a little bit of personal interaction. And I think there are many studies showing that this learning to be has a big impact. And why people go, whatever we choose, Cornell, because there are then for the rest of the life, even without this institutionalized aspect, you build relationships for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And so I would say this learning to be is another interesting aspect. What would a university be? And I would argue it has to be, this is the strength of a residential, research-based university to emphasize this, rather than learning about.
Yeah, I think those are excellent points, but I think they're not without their challenges connected with them. So, yes, a university, a residential community, is a setting in which you can learn to be certain things. But to sort of pick something from Newmont, it's perhaps not the best environment to learn to be a commercial software developer, right? Because there aren't people at universities who do that, or any number of other things. In fact, you can argue that most of the things people are going to do in the world, those things aren't being done, or at least not much, by people at universities. So to me, you actually make an argument there that the Uncollege of Boston can really be on, right? So at the Uncollege of Boston, let's say you want to be a musician. Well, you can be in the music scene, right? You can be there, not in the academic version. A place like Berkeley in Boston that's partly what they're about. Okay, so when you look at the range of things people are being at a university like this, we're being things that we all like, but I think we all recognize that the things we are being are things which not many of our students actually want to be, and we might not even argue that there's anything wrong with that. Because, the world needs us, but it needs lots of other things as well. So I think there is a challenge there. But I'd also say that there are things, and that's one of the things I had on my list, that we should be paying more attention to our role in preparing people to be the things that they want to be. I think we should try to do that. I don't think it's going to be a slam dunk for us to be able to do it the way we are now, but I think we should be trying more. Garrett?
So I think we've talked a lot about the theoretical structures of how we can change the university, but I'd also like to bring it back to what we're doing well right now. Because I'm actually a senior undergraduate here at the university, and I'm graduating this semester, and I feel that a lot of my college experience kind of correlates with what we're talking about, what we want the college to be, which is kind of funny. Because, I'll just do a few highlights. I was able to get an internship at Children's Hospital through the university here. I was able to work in the Cognitive Development Center for 2 years and learn about executive functioning, which was amazing, and I probably learned more in that than any of my classes. And I was also able to work with faculty at Leeds School of Business to help develop one of my business ideas while taking a class to implement it in technology. Those are the opportunities I think that Boston College or College Boston is trying to give, but we also can do it here. And it's completely possible for students to take advantage of their own interests and explore fields here because of the wide range of research we have. The thing that I think that needs to be focused on, though, is it kind of needs to be a cultural shift of students as soon as they get into college, not necessarily to get the credits and get the grades to graduate, but the idea that it's their interests, it's their experiences, and it's their experiences that will really help them succeed in life afterwards. And it took me a really long time to realize that. But when I did, I just ran with it, and it feels good. And I feel like I did get something out of this college. So, the more professors and faculty can emphasize, get out there, do research, get out there, do internships. I think that's where the college can really turn around.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give an example in terms of sort of something that may be an example of something inevitable. And I don't know if it would cut across all the things we teach at the university. But we currently have a student in our lab who's at the nexus of psychology and computer science, technology. And he has a very vibrant online learning community. He works with these people at all hours, any part of the day, in ways traditionally people worked in bricks and mortar labs with fellow students or people interested in the same thing. But he doesn't do that. He works completely online with these people. And he has a loyalty to them that is every bit as strong as if that person was in the office next door for the last 5 years. And so to the extent that people are building these virtual learning communities, I find that as a potential challenge to the bricks and mortar thing if that's going to cost a lot more, because it doesn't cost him anything to build these communities, and he can keep them for the rest of his life.